and we are recording. So this is a new video for our Patreons. The Anacrusis is the topic today, and I said it was like a round table, but there's two of us, so it's not round. And even with Ash, it would be a triangle. You get the idea. We're going to have these little discussions where it's exclusive for Patreons for at least a month, and we just talk about a game that we've tried. I know you've played a bit of this, so I'll let you start. What was your thought on the Anacrusis?
I didn't like it. If you haven't watched my review yet, make sure you go and check that out. But yeah, I didn't like it. I wanted to like it. That's the thing I hated about it the most, was that I wanted to like it. I didn't know nothing about the game. It came on Game Pass, and I thought, looks quite cool. 1970s sci-fi. I thought that really grabbed it. Yeah, I'll tell you what it reminded me of. It reminded me of Fallout, and I don't know why, because that's more 50s, isn't it? But that's the idea I got when I first saw the gameplay, and I thought that reminds me of Fallout, so I'll give that a go. Downloaded it and absolutely hated it. I just didn't like it. I didn't enjoy the experience.
So I first saw it in E3 when they unveiled it, and it looked so smooth and slick. And me and my brothers, we always watch E3 together live, and we have our headsets on and talk through stuff. And I remember them saying, "This looks really good. This looks like another Back 4 Blood, but maybe." Because we were waiting.
I don't even remember it being at E3. I don't know why it just snuck up on me. So I didn't have any expectations going in. I just saw that initial Game Pass little snippet that they stick up, and I thought that looks really good. And then
it looked so smooth. It looked really polished and good to play and good to go. And it was just, and then when it launched and you play it, my God, this is anything but polished.
What the hell is going on with the controls? I don't get what's going on. There's just so much drag there. It's hard to explain unless you've played it. It feels like you move the stick and nothing happens for a split second, and then it moves too much. Do you know what I mean? You got that. There's just a massive inconsistency with where you're looking and where you're moving, and they might have fixed that. I saw it got updated the other day, but not a good experience. And I actually started to feel sick playing it.
Yeah, my brother-in-law. My actual brother, not my brother-in-law. My brother played it, and he used to get motion sickness on Time Splitters 2. He was the only first-person shooter that really did it to him. Yeah. And then we jumped on this and played this, and he had it again, and he was like, "There's something wrong with this game."
I only managed to get about an hour, maybe an hour and a half game playing it, and by the end of it, I felt really queasy. There's something there's almost like a disconnect between your hands and what's happening on the screen. Yeah, and the FPS issues don't help with that at all. And it's so jarring, and I couldn't sit through any more than that.
No, I had to go into the options and turn up the sensitivity, and even then, like you said, it's like there's too much of a delay. You're pushing, nothing happens, and then
suddenly it all happens at once.
Some games have like an acceleration you can turn down, don't they? So it doesn't. If you push too far, it doesn't go too quick. With this, it's all over the place. No matter what you do, it just doesn't feel right.
I've never known a game like it to be so erratic. Like the way the controller works, it felt so bizarre.
I get that it's early access, but there's a lot of games recently that have launched early access. Like, for example, Second Extinction launched early access. I played a lot of that game. What was early access about that was there wasn't as much content, and you could tell some of the enemies would occasionally fly into space when you shot them. It was a bit rough, but in terms of how it felt when you actually played it, it was spot on. There was no lag. There was no frame drops. You jump onto this game, and the frame rate is all over the place. You're pinging around the map. It's just
I know. I was worried about doing the review because I was fearful that people would be like, "Oh, well, it's the early preview game. What do you expect?" But I think that can only carry so much weight. I think at a certain point, the game is just broken and it shouldn't be there to begin with. I think it was like I said in the review, first impressions are everything, and I just got a really sour taste of my first experience with it. And to be fair, 8 months, 12 months down the road, they may very, very well update it and address all these issues. But I've already tried it now. I don't want to go back to it. Do you know what I mean? I've already had that negative experience. So,
especially with
a game like myself going back to.
There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of early access games, like Grounded is another one where they're launching.
That's spot on. That game
they're launching and they feel perfect to play. It's just the content's not there. So my idea of early access is we've got a solid base, but we need more to flesh out. So try this out. The base isn't even there. It's just
Yeah, it's got to be playable. But like, I don't even know who the characters are. Was there a character selection screen? Because I didn't bloody see it.
Well, funnily enough, I looked a minute ago, and there's going to be skins for them for these Forgotten Before. Yeah.
So that must be part of the new update then. I did notice it got updated, but I could have sworn there was no character selection screen. All I had on mine.
There's no skins there at the moment.
All I had on mine was
showing it's coming,
and it just gave me a random character and threw me into a level. Like there was no options to choose character.
Oh yeah, I don't think you can actually choose when you go in. It's just at the menu. It shows you who the 4 are. So his name is Guion, however you pronounce that.
Guion.
Nessa, but she doesn't look like the bird off Gavin and Stacey. Liu, Liu, and Lance.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
I didn't find any of that when I played the game. So, yeah. I mean, it could be Bob, Harry, Matilda. I honestly couldn't tell you. There was such little story there that I just absolutely nothing.
I noticed this something you touched on. They've got a thing now where you can see what guns are in the game and you can apply skins in the future. Still not there. So they've got an SMB, not an SMG, a plasma rifle, a blaster, and then the special.
It's a combo, isn't it? Because fundamentally they are SMGs and assault rifles and shotguns. There is, I mean, you can sugarcoat it as much as you like.
Yeah. And you've got an arc rifle, which is just that electric gun off Halo. Right. A laser rifle, it shoots lasers, and an auto turret, which is pretty self-explanatory. You drop a turret to defend you. But that's it.
I saw the laser rifle once. I didn't see the others. I don't think.
It looks like there any more episodes? Seasons of content because it's got a big coming soon banner.
Oh wow! Everybody loves episodes.
There's 3 episodes and there's a weekly challenge, which is episode 3 but made harder.
Cool.
So yeah, they're really like I hate to shit on these early access ones because some of them are great. Like Ark was rough when it first launched. But I
didn't want to shit on it. It's just fun. It left me no choice but to shit on it.
Yeah, especially when they showed at E3, which is what annoyed me because they showed it and it looked so solid and polished. Like it looked like a game that worked. Which was annoying. And what I want to know is how they filmed that footage and got it to run smooth for more than 10 seconds, unless it's weeks of them getting that 10 seconds where it runs well, stitched together repeatedly, just to trick people into thinking it's a well-polished game.
Yeah. No, it was just, give it, by all means, give it a try for yourself, because, reviews are subjective. What I don't like, you might like. So
performance isn't though, and this game performs like shit.
It does perform like shit. Yeah,
it's a shame though because Back 4 Blood didn't quite hit the mark, and it had a chance. You think
1970s sci-fi. I mean, you got Star Wars, you got Doctor Who. I mean, there's so much great inspiration to draw from, and that's what they delivered. It was so beige.
Yeah,
just very beige, and even Red Dwarf came a decade later. There's so much they could have drawn from, but instead they gave us that, and it's just I found it disappointing, very disappointing, and especially when you consider that what dropped like a week before Rainbow Six Extraction.
Yeah, which in fairness is actually quite a good game.
I've enjoyed it. To be fair, I saw Rainbow Six was that at E3 that they showed that off? It was, wasn't it?
They showed like a CGI trailer, and everyone was like, "Oh, there's no gameplay. I'm worried about this one." And
I remember looking at it and think, "I've got no interest in this at all. I've got absolutely zero interest in it." And then it came to Game Pass, and I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. And I've been having a blast with it.
Yeah,
I like
counted one bug in that game the whole time. That's it.
What was the bug?
My character froze in position. Because I interacted with something, but I could turn the camera and I would spin around and see my character stood there. So I'd come out first person. Nothing would work other than I could ping stuff and spin around. And then when I had to quit the game, and then when I quit, it got rid of all my XP and put my character as MIA, which really annoyed me. So
I didn't think I was going to like that. I mean, it does get quite annoying because it forces you not to use just one character. You have to keep swapping your operators in and out. I quite like that. It grew on me after a while. But I didn't enjoy Siege.
It's a tough game as well. I really like
didn't
it.
enjoy Siege very much, but I like this whole PvE experience.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if later on down the road they'll add a Be an Alien mode where like it's 4v4 and like you get a team of Archaons and you get a team of
You get to invade someone else's game, like they've done in quite a few. Because there's another game coming up soon that's got that mechanic chucked in as well.
There was a game that was
Elite
meant
5.
to be, there was a game that was meant to be coming out on Xbox One, and I can't actually remember the name of it. It was shown off very early. I don't think it was anywhere near ready. But the idea was that you could invade other people's games and like make the game harder for them. And I can't remember what it was called.
The original Watch Dogs had that in. I used to play that mode. Yeah, and Deathloop's got it as well.
Okay.
Jump
it's such a cool idea. I think I'd like to explore it.
Yeah. Watch Dogs was quite fun. You could just jump in and really ruin people's day.
Yes, I do remember that. That was it was called Invasions, wasn't it? You could just randomly like turn up and you could just start hacking somebody and they had to try and find you. And that was good fun. That I enjoyed that.
You have to try act like you're an NPC. Just do the right pace walk so they didn't recognize you. And
good fun.
That could do with something like this. This game could use something because it's got a variety of enemies in terms of like there's 4. Yeah, there's 4 enemies, isn't there? About that.
5, I think. You got a brute, which is a brute. I tell you what, man, the Gooper was the worst for me. Did you ever come across that?
It just kills momentum immediately.
Yeah, and then you just hear "I've been gooped" like over and over again all the time. It's just like this is fucking so annoying. I only came across 2 grabbers, so I couldn't really tell if they were like a pain in the ass or not. But yeah, the Goopers, fucking annoying.
The Goop is a bit like the one in Left 4 Dead or Boomer, when it spews on you.
Awful.
Yeah, instead of it spewing on you and then attracting a horde, it spews on you and freezes you exactly where you stood till your team shoot you.
Yeah, and you just shout, "I've been gooped" over and over again until you get freed. Fuck me, that was so annoying.
Do you know, I might actually jump back on in a minute to remind myself how bad it is.
Don't do it to yourself. Just don't do it to yourself. Nobody needs to be around to that punishment. Here's the thing, right? Because it's made from ex-Valve developers, isn't it? They had like a hand in Left 4 Dead. Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
I think Left 4 Dead on the 360 felt and played better than the Anacrusis.
Yeah. I'm back for that. I'm Back 4 Blood. Both missed the mark, which is a shame because they both should have been really good. They both got.
I think Back 4 Blood was done dirty. I think everybody wanted Left 4 Dead 3. And because it was Bad Blood and not Left 4 Dead 3, I think people just willingly shat on it. I think visually it looked great.
Well, I played the beta and I was like, I'm really going to enjoy this. And then I missed the first few days when mates were on. And by the time I went to jump on, they were all like, "Yeah, we're bored of it. We're not going back on this again." Yeah,
that was the issue I had. If there's a game that I'm really interested in, I go out of my way to avoid any like betas or demos or reviews or fucking anything related. I try and avoid it because I want that first time playing it to be my first experience. And I played the beta. I waited. I waited about a few days before I jumped on the beta. Jumped on the beta and I thought, yeah, this is quite solid. This is a lot of fun. And then I didn't play anymore. And then the game launched and I just never went back to it. It wasn't a case of I jumped on and there was no one to play with. I just never jumped on after the beta. So
yeah, I missed it by a few days. And in that few days, all my friends got bored of it already.
Maybe we should jump on an Xbox Live party stream and have like proper squad up with the crew. Me, you, Fabio, Ash.
We should do this.
Yeah.
Do a 10-minute session before everyone quits in a rage.
I'm telling you now, man, I am never playing that game again.
Only one of my friends would try this game, even though they were all excited for it by E3. They all saw how bad it was, and they were like, "No, I'm not even installing it." My brother did, and like I said, he got motion sickness off it, and he hated it afterwards. So,
what about UK Fabio? Has he played it?
No, he wisely refuses to play this game. So
he's a smart man.
He is a smart man. Yeah.
That's my opinion of it. I just I've got nothing more to say about it. It's just it left me with nothing. I just feel nothing for that game.
It's the most basic squad zombie type game you can have, but they're not zombies. They don't tell you what they are. There's nothing to interact with in the map. The weapons are shite. It's just the controls are awful. It's you run from here to here. Why?
Yeah.
Because. And there's things in the way. What are the things? Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'll tell you what else annoyed me about that game, which I didn't include in my review, was you've got these corridors that branch off.
Yeah.
And then you go down them, it's just a dead end. There's nothing there. It's just a dead end. There's no weapons, there's no enemies, it's just a dead end. Like, so why the fuck is it even there?
There'll be stuff there in the future. You wait. It'll be really fleshed out in the future.
Give it 2 years.
The way they made it look in the trailer was you had to get off this ship in a certain time and you had to run from one end to the other. And if you made it, you made it. If you didn't, you didn't. And you had a set timer. That would have been a fun game.
Yeah.
Like it is, it's a repeat and it's different. You can choose different ways it plays and stuff like that. And even if it's like, right, it's an hour from end to end. Some of you are going to die. There's chances to revive them later on. Go. But they've gone for the what all these games have, where there's a safe room and then you drop off and then it just doesn't work on this. It's just there's no reason for those safe rooms because you're on a cruise ship. Why have they got these random rooms full of health kits and machine guns and stuff? Like, it just doesn't work.
Like, surely they were expecting something. That's why they're there.
Yeah, it's been set up like they're already in the apocalypse, but they were on a cruise.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like passengers. Maybe they're trying to get from Earth to somewhere else because Earth's fucked. And so they've stuck them all on this cruise ship. But yeah, there's not even
like
any
Wally.
story to explain what you're on the fucking spaceship.
Yeah, you're not describing passengers. You're describing Wally.
But clusterfuck that game is.
Yeah, I feel for it. I'm sure.
I don't even feel for it. I don't even feel for it. It won't. I can't see it getting any better from that. If that's what they're going to push out, if that's what they want people to experience, it's not going to get any better from that.
Yeah,
it's just not.
So
hated it.
This is an XBL recommend right there.
Yeah. If you have a spare 30 seconds and you can download the game in that 30 seconds.
It's a game I would say people should try.
Start it up and turn it off.
Yeah, people should download it and try it just to appreciate how good modern games are. Because this is like a throwback to when there was just no aim assist, no acceleration. There's just no thought going into how a game should feel.
No level design. No weapon design.
We need enemies, but what if we just make them like just, kind of look like rocks on their head?
They are really easy to design. Though, aren't they? They're really bad. I mean, some of them they look like COVID fucking proteins.
Yeah, they just look weird. I don't know what they're meant to look like.
Yeah, they're just big balls that charge you randomly. You have to shoot.
They look like
like COVID proteins.
The shape of their head occasionally looks like Garrus off Mass Effect. But if you sprayed him with that spray paint that guy made, it's the blackest spray paint in the world. It doesn't reflect any light. So there's no textures enough. It's just black, but in Garrus-shaped head. Yeah. That'll do.
Like the spawners, they don't look of it like anything. They just look like a fucking circle with some yellow bits painted on. It's just...
And if there was some lore to explain why they look like that, maybe you'd understand it more.
Exactly.
It's just all these aliens walking around in 70s dresses trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And then some of them don't look like people who've turned into aliens. They just look like aliens. And there's no explanations.
I did like the Flasher, to be fair. I thought the Flasher was quite unique.
He's really good.
I don't even know what they look like because he is literally just illuminating the entire room. I mean, but that was the only enemy that really went maybe go, oh, that's cool.
That was unique. You don't get that in other games. I'll give him that.
Exactly. Like a Brute, you'll find in pretty much any other first-person shooter. I can't remember what else there is. Gooper. Yeah, the Gooper was unique, but fuck me, that's been done to death in so many other games, just under a different name. The Grabber is exactly the same as a Gooper. Just grabs you instead of goops you. And then you got a Spawner, as you do. Not good.
Fuck me. No. Yeah, I might not try it now. I might skip it again tonight.
You don't need to relive the nightmare.
Yeah. What's in this update? Stuff.
What stuff? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. You got to play to find out.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you log on an early access game, it says in the latest update.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It just says there's a weekly challenge.
Maybe that is the update.
It's the same level, just made a bit harder.
We understand how much you're enjoying this game. Here, play this level slightly harder.
Apparently, in-voice game chat will be down at 5 p.m. Pacific for an hour of emergency maintenance.
Emergency maintenance.
For 1
Not
hour,
just-
only voice chat. The rest of the game's fine. Just the voice chat.
Someone's tripped over a cable or spilled coffee on it.
My God.
That's crazy. Yeah, then that pretty much wraps it up, doesn't it?
I think it wraps it up. There's not much more to say about
20
the game.
minutes. I can't believe we spoke about this for 20 minutes. I could have been done in 5.
I know.
Shocking.
It's poor. It's poor.
It's very poor.
I'm disappointed because I actually saw it coming and I was like, this looks good.
So much potential wasted.
What is for you? You saw it on the day and you were like, oh, this looks interesting. For me, I saw it at E3 and I was like, this is going to be fun. I'm going to play this with my friends.
By the Game Pass screenshots and shit, I just thought, oh, yeah, this is great. This is really fun. And then you get it and it's like, oh, this is not what I signed up for. Yeah,
so if you want a free squad-based game that's fun to play with your friends, you've got Back 4 Blood, Rainbow Six, Enlisted, which isn't zombies, but it's fucking great to play, free-to-play game, and Second Extinction. All of them, a lot of them are still in early access as well, are much better than this.
Yeah.
Check them out, not this.
If you want a game similar to the Anacrusis, I suggest going to the toilet, putting down your pants and taking a shit in your hands, and then throwing it at the screen.
But at the last minute, it's randomly turned towards the wall.
Yeah.
That's how the controls feel. You'll aim at the toilet and you'll hit the wall. So, yeah. I think that's a perfect way to end it.
Yeah. Cheerio, everyone.
Yeah. You have to give us your feedback on what you think of these. I'm sure Ash is going to be delighted when he sees this tomorrow. Right.
I bet he plays it after seeing this.
Yeah. Well, our Patreons, thank you for supporting us. We're going to do more stuff like this where it's just us talking and not always shitting on games. I'm sure there'll be some that we'll really enjoy. But yeah,
can't wait.
Yeah, the first game we thought we'd choose is one that we tried recently, and yeah, I think we've said what we feel.
It's so bad that you had to review it. That's the problem.
Yeah,
you had to let people know you've got to avoid this. Like if there's a traffic collision, you don't just let people shoot off past. You try and stop them. Look, there's a traffic collision over there. Slow down. Don't go near it. So that's what we're doing to you. This is a public service announcement from the guys at Xbox Podcast.
We value your time. Don't waste it here.
We did the hard work, so you don't have to.
Yeah. Fuck me.
Anyway, cheerio.
Cheerio.